The Province Institute essentially exists to provide the step between school rugby and professional rugby. Besides providing a performance platform for them, we also try and make them aware of what is possible to chase outside of the game.
Besides, our primary function is to make them better rugby players, but we also want them to be good human beings.
Because rugby makes up a very small percentage of your life, in fact. And even if you make it as a career player, it'll hardly be more than 15 years, but it can play such an important catalyst for everything else that happens. And SIA is one of those South African success stories.
There's a special bond between us and SIA. He had an injury in pre-season and he had to go for operation the afternoon on his shoulder. That morning we had a defense session and it was a full contact session and he was still smashing people. In the afternoon he went for operation. We actually told him he shouldn't be part of the session, but that is the commitment of SIA and being part of the team and being there for his brothers.
Coming to the Western Cape is quite a big thing, especially for a kid from Eastern Cape, where I come from in Grahamstown. So coming from a small town, kind of a bigger space where there's more life. I was firstly nervous. As soon as I got the offer, my dad was like, "That's where you're going." For me, it was more for my development as a rugby player and as a person.
I'm from Hankie, originally from Potensi, but it's like two towns very close to each other. It's a very quiet place. I quite enjoy it there. It's like on a farm and everything, so it's quite nice.
I remember watching SIA, all put SIA in fact, since when I was young, man, when you still played for Grey High School, as young kids always like, you want to be like that. It's been very inspiring for all Eastern Cape kids, who have dreams to become a Springbok and also dreams to become a Springbok captain. I think he's really set the path for and paved the way for all Eastern Cape kids and actually all kids in South Africa, in fact, that if you put your mind to it and you work hard and you stay dedicated, you can get what you work for and what you deserve. Well, my dream is obviously become a Springbok, in the future. I want to grow in terms of my position as a tight head prop. I want to develop holistically as a rugby player, not just in that dimension of just scrumming. So ultimately become a Springbok and become a well-renowned Springbok.
Definitely a Springbok. Western Province Rugby. I'd love to play for them and I'm going to work hard towards it. I mean, next year's a Under 20 World Cup and I'm definitely striving for that.
There's a lot of talented ones coming through, but they're not necessarily going to make it. You need to tick the box in terms of your talent, but you also need to be a good human being. There's commitment off the field. It's just as important as whatever you do on field. And I think that is why SIA is successful. And that's why a lot of other oaks that might have more talent in them, but they don't have that work ethic, they're not successful.
People only see what you do on a Saturday on the field. What makes that 80 minutes a success is the 5 hours a day you put in from Monday to Friday. When our players leave here at the end of October, when our program finishes, even if they don't stay on at Province or receive contracts to stay in Province, even if they don't receive another cent from rugby in their life and they end up being students or businessmen or whatever, we want to feel as if what we did here left them in a better place.